time changed her image, but not in the way people assumed. Welcome to the channel Fame Express, where we look beyond appearances to understand the deeper story. For many, Jamie Lee Curtis has always been a symbol of strength and authenticity. From her early roles in suspense films to her later performances filled with depth and nuance, she has built a career that feels both enduring and evolving. Yet in recent years, public attention has shifted not just to her work, but to her presence. At first glance, some see change and assume decline. But that assumption misses something important, because what appears to be transformation on the surface often reflects something far more meaningful beneath. Curtis's journey began in a family already familiar with the spotlight. As the daughter of celebrated actors, expectations were quietly present from the beginning. Yet she carved her own identity, stepping into roles that demanded resilience and emotional control. Many remember her as the scream queen of early horror cinema. What is less known is how deliberately she moved beyond that label, choosing projects that challenged her range and expanded how audiences perceive her. And then came the years that tested her most. Like many in the public eye, Curtis faced personal struggles that were not always visible. She has spoken openly about overcoming dependency challenges earlier in her life, approaching them with honesty and determination. It was not a quick process, but a gradual one, marked by reflection, discipline, and support. This period became a turning point, not because it changed her career immediately, but because it changed her perspective. She began to prioritize authenticity over expectation, choosing to live in a way that felt true rather than performative. And this is where the present begins to make sense. In recent appearances, Curtis has embraced a natural, unfiltered version of herself. Gray hair, minimal styling, and a calm confidence that does not seek approval. To some, this feels unfamiliar. To others, it feels quietly powerful. It is often said that aging in the public eye comes with pressure. For Curtis, it became an opportunity. Rather than resist time, she chose to accept it. Not as something to hide, but as something to understand. This choice reflects a deeper shift, one that values self-acceptance over external validation. There is also a lesser-known dimension to her story. Beyond acting, Curtis has become an advocate for self-worth, speaking about the importance of embracing one's true self. She has written books, supported charitable causes, and used her platform to encourage a more honest conversation about identity and growth. And yet, the emotional weight of her journey remains, because acceptance is not always easy. It requires letting go of expectations, both personal and public. It asks for a kind of courage that is quiet but persistent. For someone who has spent decades in front of the world, that process carries its own complexity. But perhaps that is what makes her story resonate. Not because it is dramatic, but because it is real. Today, Jamie Lee Curtis stands as more than a celebrated actress. She represents a way of living that embraces change without fear. A way of moving forward that honors both past achievements and present truth. Her legacy is not only found in her films, but in the example she sets, one of honesty, resilience, and grace. So, when people react emotionally to her recent appearances, they may not be responding to change alone. They may be recognizing something deeper, a reflection of time, acceptance, and the quiet strength it takes to remain yourself through it all. If this story gave you a new perspective, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you value calm and meaningful storytelling, consider liking the video and subscribing for more stories like this.